Very good morning and welcome to Today in Parliament with me, Aishwarya Kapoor. Let us begin with the headlines. Finance Minister Arun Jaitley to present Union Budget 2017-18 today. For the first time, the presentation will see a change in the budget cycle and also a merger of the general budget with the rail budget. Former Union Minister and IUML MP from Kerala, E. Ahmed, passes away. MP had suffered a cardiac arrest during the President's joint address to Parliament yesterday. An economic survey 2016-17 estimates growth rate in the range of 6.75% to 7.25% in the next fiscal. Says effects of demonetization will be transitional but will leave the economy with long-term benefits. Well, former Union Minister and Indian Union Muslim League leader E. Ahmed passed away early today morning after he suffered a cardiac arrest in the Parliament yesterday, while a 78-year-old sitting MP from Kerala's Malampuram constituency collapsed during the President's joint address at the start of the budget session. He was rushed to the Ram Manohar Lohia Hospital, where he passed away at 2:15 a.m. Now, Congress President Sonia Gandhi, Party Vice President Rahul Gandhi, Leader of the Opposition in Rajya Sabha, Ghulam Nabi Azad, rushed to the hospital late at night and met Ahmed's family. Well, the former leader's body will be taken to Kerala later today. And Finance Minister Arun Jaitley is presenting the Union Budget for the 2017-18 fiscal today. Well, the exercise comes against the backdrop of the unprecedented step of demonetization and the gigantic tax reform of the goods and services tax that will be rolled out this year. All eyes are on the Finance Minister, who is expected to spell out the economic roadmap in the next fiscal. The budget will also be a breakaway from tradition this time. Well, after a period of 92 years during which the Union Budget and the Railway Budget were presented separately, now both will be presented as a combined document this time. The other notable fact is the timing of the presentation that was advanced at least a month ahead of the commonly scheduled February end date. Well, my colleague Vishal Daya is now joining us live from Parliament. Vishal, now will Budget 2017 presentation be deferred after the death of former Union Minister E. Ahmed? Because there were reports that a section of the opposition leaders wanted the budget to be deferred for a day.
Well, no deferment of the budget is taking place. That has been made clear now by both the Finance Minister and the Lok Sabha Speaker just a short while ago. Yes, there were speculations that due to the said demise of former Union Minister and Lok Sabha MP E. Ahmed, there might be a possibility, keeping in mind in the convention which has been followed so far, that the presentation of the budget might be deferred by a day as the House will be adjourned after paying respects. But that possibility is now ruled out while the Finance Minister Arun Jaitley has tweeted a short while ago before going into the cabinet meeting saying that watch me live at 11 a.m. presenting the union budget. So that's a clear indication that the Finance Minister will present the budget at 11 a.m. Just a short while back, the Lok Sabha Speaker in an interaction with the media before entering the Parliament has also said that budget is an obligation on, is a constitutional obligation on us, that is the parliamentarians, and it has to be fulfilled, and the budget will be presented itself today itself. So that is a clear indication by both these statements that the government will go ahead with the presentation of the budget, and while the final decision rests with the Speaker of the Lok Sabha, it has now been made clear by the Speaker herself that it is a constitutional obligation and it will have to be done. So clearly the budget will be presented. There is no doubt about that right now, and it will be presented at the same time, designated time, that's 11 a.m. today in the Lok Sabha. Apart from that, well, yes, the government is also
Vishal, you stay with us. As you were mentioning that the Speaker of the Lok Sabha, Sumitra Mahajan, has made it clear that the budget will be presented today. Let's listen in to what she had to say earlier.
ऑबिचुअरी करेंगे, सब क्या करे, कैसे करे प्रोसीजर, वो अभी अंदर बैठ के हम डिसीजन लेंगे. बजट विल बी देयर.
All right, well, let's go back to my colleague Vishal. Vishal, we just heard Sumitra Mahajan there confirming that there will be presentation of a budget. There's no change on that. But, you know, as far as the opposition is concerned, a few minutes back, Mallikarjun Kharge had also tweeted. So the Congress party there, it was not an official line, but of course, Mallikarjun Kharge saying that, you know, that is the right thing to do. Do you think this is the entire process, this is showing a politics really, the political parties are playing a politics there?
Well, Kharge is the leader of the largest opposition party in the Lok Sabha, and his statement is obviously the party's official line as well as party's official line. So clearly what Kharge says is what the Congress party is also saying. Several leaders in the party are saying, and they made it official, that the Congress party opposes the presentation of the budget today, given the fact that a senior leader has passed away, and the convention should be followed, that the House should be adjourned after paying homage to the departed leader, and the budget can be presented a day later. But they are also, however, they are also getting the support from the left parties, the NCP and the IUML, whose president was E. Ahmed was the president of IUML. Apart from that, the BJP has maintained so far since morning that you know, they do have their they do pay their respects to the departed leader, and that they have done. In fact, Prime Minister Narendra Modi himself drove down to E. Ahmed's residence in the national capital and paid homage to the departed leader. Two senior ministers of the government, that's Venkaiah Naidu and the Parliamentary Affairs Minister Anand Kumar. Also, we're being told that the Home Minister Rajnath Singh may also go. They will also pay their respect to the departed leader. But apart from that, the government and the ruling party believes, and they have given a statement saying that the budget is an important document and it should be presented. So clearly there are two different views. But as I was saying earlier, the kind of statement which has come in from the Lok Sabha Speaker is a clear indication that the Speaker, who has to take a final call, is in the favor that budget should be presented. There will be a sort of obituary which will be done in the lower house, and homage will be paid to the departed leader. But the statement which Lok Sabha Speaker has given is a clear indication that post that obituary and paying of homage, the proceedings will continue as planned, and the budget will be presented at 11 a.m. In fact, as I was saying, the Finance Minister himself has tweeted around 20 minutes ago, before he went into the cabinet meeting which is going on right now, the customary cabinet meeting which begins, which is rather held before the budget is presented on the budget day. He had tweeted saying, "Watch me live at 11 a.m. Presenting the budget." So clearly, that's also a clear indication coming in from the Finance Minister himself, the topmost official of the government. He himself has to present the budget, that the budget will be presented at 11 a.m.
And besides, Vishal, there's no rule really that prohibits the House from functioning in case of an MP's death. It's only a convention rather.
Yes, indeed, it is a convention, and in fact, if you look at the past, precedents, then there are certain precedents. In 1954, a member of Parliament had passed away on the day the rail budget was to be presented, but the House was adjourned for quite some time, and the rail budget was finally presented at 5 p.m. The similar situation has happened in 1974, when a Minister of State of the government had passed away, and the House proceedings were adjourned after paying obituary, but the budget was presented on the same day at 6 p.m. But let's not forget that those were the days when the timing of the presentation of the budget was 5 p.m. It was not presented at 11 a.m. but rather at 5 p.m. This thing has changed since the Vajpayee government, and the budget has been presented now at 11 a.m. So clearly there are precedents as well, but this is a convention, this is not a rule, and the convention, whether or not has to be followed, depends upon the presiding officer of the House.
Right, and Vishal, I'm speaking about the budget this time. Of course, this is a historic budget in the sense that the number of firsts to it. This is the first time, the railway budget and the general budget are being merged. Also, it is being presented on the 1st of this month, and this budget coming after the demonetization exercise. So number of firsts to it, a lot of expectations really. So it'll be interesting if this budget really delivers on the fiscal promise that the finance minister had made last year.
Well, yes, you're right. There are a number of firsts in this budget, and definitely everybody, including the common people and the industry, would be watching that the finance minister carries on the legacy of the several firsts in the budget and makes several announcements which might become again some other first announcements to be made in the budget. Yes, indeed, this is the first budget in 92 years which will have the railway budget presented along with it, rather a part of the union budget and not separately. This is the first budget which will be presented not on the 28th or 27th of February, that's the traditional date, but has been advanced by a month. And this indeed is the first budget after the demonetization decision, one of the largest, one of the biggest rather decisions which has been taken by the NDA government, which is in power so far. So clearly there are several firsts attached to it, and yes, there is a lot of pressure on the finance minister to ensure the that several decisions are taken to ensure the fiscal health of the Indian economy is maintained. One. Two, there are several expectations from the industry, specifically in the post-demonetization era now, that there have to be certain concessions which the industry has been expecting and demanding, which should be given to them to give a jump start or rather a kick start to several sectors in the industry. Apart from that, the common people are also expecting that there will be some sort of relaxation which will be there in the union budget for them, specifically on the income tax front. So let's wait and watch. Another 5 to 10 minutes to go, and the Pandora's box will be open at 11 a.m. and the finance minister's announcements will be before us all, and we'll be able to see whether or not all those expectations have been fulfilled and what all new firsts the finance minister has announced.
All right, a historic budget today. Thank you so much, Vishal, for all those updates there. Of course, after intense speculation, it is now clear that the budget is on, it is on time, and in a short while from now, of course, the proceedings of the House will begin. And that's all in this edition of Today in Parliament. Thanks for watching.